You're the one starting this one.
Good goddamn give a shit.
Good God!
Ah, my goodness. Welcome back to Game Devs Play Games, where you can watch games and practice game design.
Well, all right, I guess.
Sorry.
We're going to the Robo Bar.
The Robo Bar. The place I was most interested in.
Then no robot dance for you.
No.
No Robo Dance.
But we can dance if we want to.
We can leave our friends somewhere. Oh.
That's all we can do here.
But
But
an access card? Oh, can we get an
check
access
this
card?
shit out.
What's this rock?
So there's a pile of rocks, and you're poking. You're like, that's just a pile of rocks. All right. Then you pick the one rock, one goddamn rock that's off to the side. You find a goddamn worm.
Oh.
That one actually
What do you
made
need
me
it for?
angry. I hate shit like that.
What?
Point and click adventures. Why is there a worm under the one rock? Why not just like
What? Wow. I still don't know what you're mad about. I can't tell what you're mad about.
It's so well hidden. Shush.
What?
Okay, so look
What
at
is
this.
your
look at this, look at this.
frustration?
There's
Okay.
a pile of rocks.
Okay.
Then there's a single rock that was right here.
Yeah.
You look at it and you think that one rock is part of the pile of rocks. Literally the only way to tell is if you hover over that single rock.
Okay.
But most players aren't going to do that. They're going to see the pile of rocks and assume they're all part of one single interactable. I think the solution for that would be don't make the pile of rocks interactable and only make that one rock interactable. Interactable. This is sort of like going against the exact thing that I said the opposite last episode. But my point here is that when you're putting same near other same, it feels unfair as a challenge. It's like saying you can't win because you literally didn't poke every single rock. And how is that fun? That's not fun. It's not an interesting challenge.
Yeah, they should make, if there's going to be one outlier rock that's away from the pile, just make it part of the interactable. Make it part of the whole thing. Yeah, that's fair. Because, like, you can just assume that, oh, the player looked underneath that rock that's right there on top of the dirt by itself and found the worm. But, you know, is that worm even useful?
I forget.
I don't think.
I don't quite remember what I have to do at this point, actually.
Because if that worm is 100% unuseful, who cares if you never found it or not?
No, it's necessary.
Okay.
Remind. It says, visit beauty, have the wash. Sounds nice. The purple.
Maybe I have to talk to him, actually. Unless there's something more I could have gotten out of the car salesperson.
You will need the correct forms authorized by the correct authorities and handed in at the correct time, along with the accompanying correct fees.
But is it really so bad that there was one rock
I am the correct person.
away from it that you could also search? I mean, you could search the pile and then you could search the one rock. It was really just two things to do.
Well, yeah, but you as a player don't realize that you can interact with that one rock.
But let's just say that you realize that after a second, you search the pile and you search the rock. It's like, okay, so in areas, I should be a little bit more thorough and click more things than I would expect to click on to search for. And like, there could just be a theme in the areas where it's not like literally everything you have to click on, but like it's maybe like one or two more things than you would normally click on in every area.
I mean, sure, and maybe that's what they're trying to teach you in that moment. But if that's a consistency in the design, then that brings back up my previous point of what is fun about having to click on every single little thing. If I have to click every single rock, everything that looks exactly the same as the other thing, then I'm just not going to play the game. Because there are more interesting clicking points out there that are more clever about how they make things challenging.
Well, I've got to be going now.
Come back.
Yeah, okay, so
and
yeah,
they don't do that in this game.
Having to click on everything isn't exactly clever, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll put that out there that they don't do that in this game. This is like the only time that I really noticed that being the case.
Oh, okay.
So it's not trying to set up something for the future. It was just trying to be clever about that one particular moment.
Okay.
And like, I think that's not good design. That's probably my only core complaint in my experience of this first chapter.
Okay. Well.
I'm selling these fine faux leather speeder seat covers.
Sorry, I'm interested.
I mean, you guys are welcome to differ.
Yeah.
I just think that, like, there are more fun ways of hiding and obscuring things than hiding it among like objects.
How much have you played into this game already?
Only the first chapter.
I mean, maybe it gets better. Maybe it's different. Maybe it gets more interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Maybe this is a Frog Fractions game.
I understand. You have to talk to her to make time pass. So she's explaining all of the, like, rules and regulations and basically, like, how they calculate how much one of the cars cost.
Oh.
And it causes a lot of time to pass.
So,
The marketplace only opens at a certain time of the day, so you talk to her to pass time, and then she tells you how much money you need.
that's still way out of my price range.
See, that's clever. I like that. Because it's like, hey, interact with the dialogue system, and then you will... What?
Huh?
I don't know why he was like, I need to use the door.
Oh, you clicked on the wall above the door. It's like, I can't go through that. I need to use the door.
Needs to be open now.
Yes! Okay, cool. Now we're in the marketplace.
Huh.
All right, check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
Ah.
Check this out. Oh, and it scared him half to death. Oh, no! That story never gets old. Sweet for it. Come here. I can't say this one aloud. Just gonna go ahead
He
and take
won't
one of
miss
these.
just one, will he?
Just one of these flash grenades there.
Oh my gosh.
And we're gonna go right into
Wait,
this.
take the gun.
We're gonna go right into the bank.
Oh. Oh.
What?
Is this a stick up? Are you here to rob the bank?
Oh no.
Why do you have a grenade?
Uh-oh.
We know how to deal with petty thieves here on
No, rob the bank.
But I'm not robbing the bank.
no matter. Your
No, we want to rob the bank. Rob the bank.
But
here, take 300.
What? What?
We
What?
have lost so many security bots to robbers that
Aww.
we decided long ago that it's just cheaper to pay them for their weapons.
This is where I think the humor really starts to like
That's fantastic.
resonate. I was like,
okay.
wait, what? I don't understand what's happening. I just walked into this room. I don't know what's going on. And then it's like, oh, he explains it. You're just like, oh, that's sad, but yet so funny. Oh, can I pick that up? Maybe I can.
I don't want to touch it if I don't know.
Oh,
what it is.
well, we have to get that later. But
It's a box. You know what it is. Can you steal
I-
another grenade?
no,
do it again?
they don't let you
Aw.
steal more.
Ah.
I don't think there's anything I do here yet.
You just get a bunch of weapons for free and sell them to the bank.
Talk to this guy. Attempting alien speech with random noises.
Oh boy.
Problems you must have. Closely listen to others and solutions you will find. So this is kind of funny because it's like this is what he does when he can't communicate with other life forms.
Uh-huh.
Is he'll just like make alien-like sounds at them and they'll be like, wow. Why would you say that?
Glowworm.
Look at that.
Oh,
There you
there's a
go.
glowworm.
I
Okay, so
dipped the worm I picked up under the rock with glow paint.
glow paint.
Can't-
Travel poster. What? No.
I can't take the post.
You could take
Joining
the
fan
poster.
club might make me more popular with the locals.
It could make you more popular with the locals. Come on.
Oh, and I'll use that with the pen.
Oh,
Done.
and
should
now I just
do-
gotta mail that.
All right.
That post office in the security place.
Well, that's fun.
Harry is out of town,
Ah.
and I know what you're thinking.
Can we buy that dress?
This one?
Yep.
But no, I'm Tenantino. Tony is my cousin.
Wait a minute.
It's for displaying uniforms.
Sir, you have 9 eyes.
What can I buy with
Is
this?
there anything I can buy for 300 credits?
Oh, but what about saving it? There's a stormtrooper helmet. There's a stormtrooper helmet. There's Indiana Jones's hat, and there's also a X-wing fighter helmet.
So I can't actually buy anything yet.
Why not? You have 300 credits.
So it's one of those moments where it's like, oh, you gotta know what you need it for before you could buy it, even though it doesn't do that with other things. But, you know.
I mean, I guess that's okay, because then you might accidentally waste your credits when you needed them for something that actually is important to you.
Yeah.
So,
well, then, like,
it's the way of the game helping you not to waste it, even though you may have needed it later. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Glowing worm.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I know what I need to do.
Well, didn't they dude over there talk about glowing worms or glowworms?
No.
Glows?
It's not a real glowing worm.
Right, we just put glow paint on it.
But he thinks that the what were they, gummy babies?
Oh yeah.
He thinks they're illegal, or he thinks they're illegal. So we're gonna be all like,
That's great.
although I don't quite get that. Like, oh well, there goes the fourth wall. Maybe it's because like it was one of those moments where it's like, how did we know he was gonna be scared of it?
Yeah.
No, not a thing.
Didn't
So is that the game being self-referentiating, being like, well, we didn't have a good justification for this, even though we could have just added a line of dialogue?
What?
But
I feel like we knew that.
Put the king fan.
Well,
feel like we
he
did.
mentioned the gummy babies, and I guess that's not the same thing as a glowworm.
Not at all.
So maybe that's what it is. See, when I did it the first time, I was like, no, this kind of makes sense because it's a worm, a glowy gummy baby, glow worm. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of the same idea, but I don't know.
Okay, well.
We don't. After all, we make your collect your mail at
I think it was just
the
for
dump.
cheekiness.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
like,
that's why. This game likes to be cheeky and charming, and I dig it. And I think that's what it was for. So,
I agree.
we still have the glowworm? Okay.
Oh, we do? Oh, look at that. I mean, I guess we only just like dropped it on there for a second.
Yeah.
So now we can use this contraband detector anywhere we go.
Oh my goodness.
Directly in front of these two. Oh, look at that. A box of jelly Ellies.
Oh.
TM, little jelly babies. I gotta wait for him to move away again.
That's nothing.
The pilot of the Celestial Crystal claimed to have a co-pilot who was a... Howdy.
What?
Freaky.
He was a sweater.
So I went up to the customs official the other day and gave him a box. I thought you didn't like the customs official. I don't. That's why when he opened the box, he found a glowworm. Oh, so that's how we would have found out.
Okay.
That guy sure hates glowworms. So maybe that's why. It's because we did it before we heard this conversation.
Yeah, how did you...
I don't know.
Why did you think about doing that, then?
At the first time, I was like, maybe it's kind of like a jelly alley. I don't know. I was like, I have this thing. I have the glowworm.
Yeah.
I'll just use it on him and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then it happened, and I was like, oh, shit.
Why not? All right, fair enough.
Well, I'll steal his contraband detector while I'm here.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's sort of the nature of a lot of clicking points, right? Like, you kind of solve puzzles through jelly alleys. Yes, please. So this guy's shtick is like, I don't care about money. I just want to eat something I've never had before. So we feed him contraband.
Wait, did you need the contraband detector to find that box?
Yep. So that was the thing that I poked earlier that I was like, oh, it won't let me pick it up.
Right. So
Dang.
did you... There was no other way to distract the guard to get that contraband detector. So
the Captain Disaster was like,
Membership card.
well, I'm not going to pick it up if I don't know what it is. And it's
Yeah.
like, fine.
yeah.
I have to
Okay.
get context. Also, he's dead.
Oh no.
Straight up dead.
We murdered him?
Straight up dead.
Oh my god.
What did I get out of that? Oh, Robobar membership card.
Yes.
Yeah,
Go
boy.
to the Robobar in the next episode.
You still have a minute, buddy.
Oh.
We're going to the Robobar.
Go to the Robot Bar.
In this episode.
In this episode. My bad.
It's been 111 episodes since Eddie was Time Master.
It's been...
I'll cut him some
1
slack.
week. Yep. Cut me some slack.
Wow, neat trick.
I feel like you could have just walked over there, you silly robot. Then again, if I was a robot and I could teleport, I would teleport out of people's way.
I mean,
If I had to like move from here to over there, I'd teleport.
I like that he keeps being like, can I borrow that awesome piece of technology that you have?
Huh. Patron?
Yes. Hey, hi, patron.
Hello there.
Ah.
Obviously more of a drinker than a talker.
All right. Well, we'll talk to
there.
Robo Bartender, get ourselves a nice drink. Howdy, stranger. Grog me. Oop, that's not what I meant to click.
The way they did the lighting effect in here is a little disorienting and kind of obnoxious.
I mean, like, just what do you expect out of a Robo Bar?
I would expect a bunch of laser lights going on all over the place.
Ooh, you know what? That's fair. I'll concede to that.
Yeah.
You don't have any hands or arms.
I just feel like the fading in and out of the light for the room is a little bit.
Maybe it's just like
obnoxious.
this is actually just a janky bar and the robots don't actually care because they're robots.
And they are all just drinking oil.
They're just sitting there drinking oil.
All right.
But it gives me time to ponder the great mysteries.
I guess yeah. None of the robots are partying, so anyway. We can.
Great mystery that I ponder is this. Why that face?
What face?
Exactly.
Grog me.
Grog me, barkeep. I'm gonna say that next time I go to a bar. Grog me, and then he's just gonna look at me and be like,
Try me.
Go away.
That's like when I worked at Subway.
ages ago.
That was it was a
In
long
an
time.
age-long past, where
But
the
people-
days were dark and
people would
time was
just-
long and harsh, and the cold winds of the subway freezes brushed upon your face. Anyway, go ahead.
It's just like when people would go up and be like, "Make me a sandwich, surprise me," and I'd be like, "If you don't like your sandwich, then I'm going to be very mad at you."
Here's cold bread with olives. Just olives.
When people would do that, I would just make them something normal. It'd be like, okay, then you're getting the most generic sandwich I can think of.
Oh, they're
because it's
partying over
safe.
here.
Yeah.
I want to talk, but the robot just loves to dance. He wants to dance, he loves to dance, he's got to dance.
You can dance if you want to.
You can leave your friends behind.
It's BB-8 in the corner.
That's a soccer ball with a head.
Okay, yeah, it's obviously BB-8. Newfangled robot. It's called Newfangled Robot.
Oh, he doesn't even respond.
He's a newfangled robot.
Newfangled, gosh darn robots and their fancy technology. Hey, it's Bender.
Oh my goodness, hello.
Snarky robot.
That's Bender.
I better leave him
Better
alone.
leave him alone.
I mean, that's really Bender. Is that too close to Bender?
Nah.
No.
I mean, like,
I'm really not sure what I can do with that.
recognize not the bot you're looking for, and also flying bot while only when convenient to the script. So, like, and that's where things like this makes me think, like, this is definitely appealing to, like, you know, late 20 to 30-year-old people that, like, grew up with stuff like this, and maybe even grew up with point-and-click adventures. And that's why I think the game is really, it starts getting more and more clever with its humor. I think the prologue is the humor at its weakest, and then as you get deeper, it's just like, all right. It's definitely, like, warmed up to me, and now I kind of just enjoy this.
Right.
But anyway,
man.
we should call this episode.
We should probably call it. We're 3 minutes up. We found Bender. I'm fine. It's fine. This is fantastic. Bender's going to light that can of oil on fire.
So question of the day. What are your thoughts on the rock conundrum?
Is Chris wrong?
Is it okay to hide the solution among similar objects with little distinction? Oh, apparently deep head works. It's a little weird. Little distinction. Or do you think that that's okay and that actually adds an interesting challenge?
Yeah.
And you know, if you think the latter, what kind of interesting ways can you utilize that as a challenge?
Yeah.
Because I think there is a time and a place for it. I'm not naysaying it as a whole. I think that in the right game, in the right style of design, it makes a lot of sense. In a more standard vanilla click and point, I don't know if it does. But that could just be me. That's really my only complaint so far. It's fun otherwise.
Yeah, no, it's a charming game, like I've been saying.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, thanks for joining. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.